My name is Ulli Reiner. I'm the orchestra director at Bernardo Heights Middle School and Twin Peaks Middle School. Today we have the advanced 7th and 8th grade orchestra from Bernardo Heights. We will be working on Concerto in E minor. It is the third movement by Charles Avison and arranged by Merle Isaac. We've performed this piece and we'll also have it for an upcoming performance, and what we're working on is perfecting more details in dynamics and interpretation and making it more exciting for the audiences and for the students to enjoy as well. Okay, we'll begin. Okay, so let's start from the top. And we had talked a little bit about making dynamic contrast. Let's see if we can do that. And let's start at the beginning. And remember the style. Good. Okay, here's where we have our first combo. Where is it? In what bar? In the fourth bar. Okay, what do we have to do there? I need you to lift your bow. I need to see that. And also, there's a change of dynamic here. So what am I going to hear us go from?
We go from forte to mezzo forte.
To a mezzo forte. Right, so I need to hear a contrast. So maybe you can be a little bit stronger in the beginning. Give me a little bit more. Okay, so what is the style of bowing?
Baroque.
Baroque. So it's the style of bowing is?
Staccato.
Is staccato. Okay, so you need pressure, but you have to remember that when you press, you also have to do what? Otherwise, it's going to crunch. Press and release. Right, okay. Otherwise, it ends up being a little bit harsh. What can you also add to it to make the music a little bit warmer when you play those staccato quarter notes?
Oh, vibrato.
Vibrato, yeah, okay. Doesn't that kind of give a little more warmth to it?
Yeah.
Okay, we get really focused on staccato sound because we really want to make sure there's a bit of a space in between each note, and that's what you're supposed to do. Then we forget, oh, we have to make it musical, and that's with little bolts of electricity in the left hand. That's called vibrato without being plugged into the electrical outlet, right? Of course. Okay, let's do it again. What? Okay, all right, you just agreed, good. Okay, back to the beginning. Let's make this a little bit more forte so that we have the mezzo forte we can drop, and there's a difference because when the piano comes, we have to drop even more. Okay, back to the beginning, here we go. Good focus. 1, 2, when you get to number 9? Who can tell me?
We gotta go to piano quickly.
Okay, what does that mean when you have to go quickly to a dynamic change?
Subito.
It's a subito, it's immediate. Okay, so immediately back off from your pressure, lighten up with your bow, right? And then what are you doing in that phrase? To make it more interesting, we don't want to stay piano, you're going up and down all these phrases.
Yeah, crescendo.
Make the crescendo, make the diminuendo, make it more interesting. And you, over here, you are the heartbeat. You're going to keep us together with the quarter notes. What do you have to make sure you do? There are a couple things.
We listen to the first violins.
You have to listen, because that really is the melody line. It's going up and down and up and down. Can you do the same thing? Can you make those little swells dynamically? Yes, but you have to make sure that you are underneath them.
You have to be lower dynamic than them.
Correct. If you can't hear them, then what happens? You're playing too what? Too loud. Okay. There is such a thing as a melodic piano, and then there's an accompaniment piano. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Yes?
But in measure 16 is forte, and in measure 17 is piano. Should we like gradually go to piano, just like?
Okay, 16, 17, and 18. Everyone should have forte, a bar of forte, a bar piano, a bar forte. What should we do there? What do you think? I don't see any diminuendo or crescendo in my score at all, and you don't either, right? So what are we going to do?
Subito.
Subito,
Immediately.
right. And that means what? Immediately. Okay, that's going to be hard to do. One measure, you're putting a lot of pressure in, and the next you have to immediately back off. But you have to also make sure that what happens to the tempo, that it stays constant. Yeah, that it doesn't slow down, because what's the tendency in piano? Slow down, less pressure, we just kind of slow down. And then forte, we get excited and we start pushing. Okay, and the quarter notes can't push, right?
So for measure 9, us heartbeats, we just have to do it not dramatically. It's just a small rolling hill.
Correct, just a little bit. Bum, 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 but you have to make sure you hear theirs. They're going to probably be a little more dramatic, but they have the melodic line and they have more of the eighth notes. Okay? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Let's start at measure number 5. I don't want to go back to the beginning. We don't have to. Number 5, right there, okay, where it's mezzo. Okay, we just took a breath. You've all looked up, and every 2 measures, what do you have to remember to do?
Look up.
Okay, all right, here we go. All right, measure 5. Mezzo forte. So relax a little bit. 1, 2, ready, and. Nice job, Good. Okay. Was that comfortable going from forte to piano, forte to piano? It's always the downbeat of the piano that's the hardest to play soft, isn't it? Because you've had all that energy go through that forte bar and it's like, then all of a sudden, can I do it? Of course you can. Do it again, once more, okay? One more time, number 9. This time, number 9. Let's start right on the piano. I'd still like a little less from the heartbeat, okay? From my quarter notes, so a little bit less. 1, 2, ready, and. Help me shape it a little bit more. Excellent. Let's go on now. Okay. Now we're back down to mezzo forte. So it should be softer than the forte we just ended. Long. Good. Okay, couple things here. The mezzo forte started very well. And in the third bar here, seconds, viola, cello, bass, you have half notes. What can you be doing with the left hand to make them a little bit more musical?
The vibrato.
Yeah, use vibrato. Please. Okay, please use vibrato. Make it warmer sounding, okay? And of course the melody as well in the first violins. Okay, but first violins, you have staccato notes on top of those quarter notes. They sound a little long to me. Do you agree? They sounded a little bit too long. Can we get them a little bit shorter, have a little more energy, and let's make sure we get a little bit of pulses of vibrato for those of you that can. I know a lot of you know vibrato and you're still working on it. If you don't use it, it doesn't really develop. That muscle will not, develop. So try to use it as much as you can. And the easiest place to use it is on whole notes or half notes. So you guys can use that, okay? This is a perfect opportunity to use that half note vibrato. And you try to do it on the quarter notes, because I know it's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, all right, second section, here we go.